Okay. Hello, George.
Hello, Mr. Gauthier.
Yeah,
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. So I hope you too.
Yes, it was a very challenging day,
Oh yeah.
but I love challenges.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So it's really nice to see you again.
Nice to see you
And
too.
to start this interview, so I will introduce myself briefly. So my name is Gauthier Berger. I'm coming from France, and here I'm staying here around 10 months here in order to make a civil service. Yes, here in the University of Münster,
Okay.
and support several projects in the university. Yeah.
Okay.
And you could you introduce yourself briefly too?
So my name is George Chumbonga Lekelefak. I was born in Cameroon,
Okay.
Central Africa. I arrived in Munster 2 years ago
Oh, okay.
to begin a doctorate program. So this is my third year, and that's a summary about me. Yes.
Okay. And I heard that you founded the African Caribbean Association in the University of Münster. So.
Yes, when I did my master's in Ottawa at St. Paul University, and at St. Paul University, I had the same experience. I got to the university and there was no association, African Caribbean Association. There was no group where people could meet and exchange and identify or promote their culture.
Okay.
So I applied for an association. It was authorized, and we had a wonderful time in these associations. So coming to Munster from after having finished my studies in Ottawa, the same experience. There was no association for Africans. I said, but let me try and see if we can work here. So I applied and it was authorized on the 11th of September 2019. Sorry, 18, that was last year.
Okay. Yeah.
So we have been carrying out activities for 1 year now.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, could you please tell us, so to the people who are hearing us too, how is it to found an association here in the University of Münster? Is it
So in the
hard?
University of Munster, good question. By the way, you're well dressed. You look like an African.
Thank you. Yes,
That's the aim of our association. We want to, it's open to any nationality. We are open people, community, open-minded, community-oriented. We want people to have an exchange of different cultures. So how is it authorized? How is an association authorized at the University of Munster? What you need to do is, first of all, you need to be a student of the university.
You don't have the choice. Oh, okay.
So when you're a student of the university,
for me, it's no, it's not possible.
You must be a student. Then you must have a matricular number.
Okay.
So with that, you apply to the rector.
Okay.
You apply to the rector, and when you apply to the rector, they are going to send you some forms to fill. Why do you want to found us? Why do you want to found association? What are the missions? What are the visions? What are the objectives?
Yeah, okay.
You know, here in Germany, they want everything to be orderly.
Okay.
So once you fill that form and send, they are going to invite you for an interview. Oh. I was invited for an interview in front of the Senate of the university.
Oh,
yes,
impressive.
and questioned to speak about it, to speak about what I had written. Okay.
Yes. So justify why.
Exactly. So I spoke. You have to speak in German. We're in Germany.
Of course.
I spoke in German, and the audience were marveled at the initiative. And after that, you have what comes after are the elections. The Senate have to vote whether to authorize it or not.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
So I was standing there, and people were voting and voting and voting, and luckily
so much pressure.
No, I was calm because I had made my point.
Okay. Yeah.
I was calm because I knew what I wanted to do. You know? So it was, everybody voted. I was very, very surprised. Everybody in the hall voted for it. They said, yes, Super. This is a good association to bring people together, community. And the two associations were authorized, the Polyglot Multilingual and the African Caribbean. So that's the process of founding an association at the University of Münster.
And so speaking of which, if all the Senate voted were agree for your association, so what are these missions, these purposes and the objectives?
Question. What Very are they? Good question. The first the mission of the African Carribean Association is to identify. There are three verbs, fundamental verbs: identify, manifest, and promote.
Okay.
The African Caribbean culture at the University of Munster. Those are the three fundamental missions.
Okay.
Identify, what is our culture? Manifest, could we manifest it with the way we dressed in different activities? The university has so many social activities in which we are invited to dance and express our culture. And finally, to promote the culture. Those are the three missions of the association. What is the vision? The vision is a university in which, this is the vision I have. I see a university where each student will be open to integrating in another's culture. At least in learning something. I just can't say, no, I'm an African, I have nothing to do with Germany. I'm an African, I have nothing to do with France. No. Open to knowing the French culture, open to knowing the Italian culture, open to knowing the... So that's the mission of our association, to make the university a community, not only an intellectual place where people study. No, we are social human, we are social beings. We have to
exchange.
Exactly. We have to exchange, and that makes life really interesting and makes our life richer. And finally, the objectives. The objective, as I said, is to bring people together. We're going to organize in conferences and...
Oh, okay, yeah. I heard about it. Exactly. I wanted to ask you, so that's perfect. So it's the second one, I think.
This is the second conference.
Okay, the second conference. And so what's the topic of this conference?
Before I elucidate the second topic, let me go back to the first topic we had.
Okay, yeah.
Our conference last year we spoke on the culture of Africa. Okay. The culture of dancing, the culture of the dishes, the smiling characteristic of an African. Oh, yeah. We smile a lot and laugh always, despite our difficulties. So dancing, the culture, that was what we had last time. But now our topic is Africa is not a country, it is a continent. You know, many people are confused. And I'm telling you from experience. People meet me and they say, I tell them I was born in Cameroon. It's in Africa. They say, Africa, how many people are there? Do you know Esomba? So they think Africa is just a country. I tell them, no, it's a continent with 54 countries. Each country...
It's one of the hugest
exactly, one of the gigantic, the largest continent we have. So we have different countries, 54 in the continent, and each country is different. Totally. Just in one country, Cameroon, we have 280 ethnic groups. Then you can understand.
200.
So that's the topic of our conference. Africa is not a country, it is a continent. We want to shed out light to the people so that they can understand. They can know Africa better.
Oh, okay. I understand. And so for the students who are hearing at us right now, why is it important for you to, in your opinion, to involve in associations as a student? So here at the University in Münster?
Many people have asked me that question. They say, George, why don't you concentrate on your studies? Why do you apply for associations? Is that important? And I tell them, if we want to realize ourselves as human beings, we need to share our talents, share what God has given to us. Each human being has a talent, whether you like it or not. The problem is not every human being has discovered. Each and every one to discover it. And how can you discover it when you cannot reflect? We need to be... Now, the best way I've discovered my talent is being in relation with another person. When you have a friend, you are in an association, that's where you discover your talent. Yes, because you are invited to do something. No, for example, Gauthier, you can be a good leader. Come and take this position. And when you come, you're surprised. So, why is it important for students to involve in associations? It is important because you get to have many connections. Connections that is going to be everlasting. I cannot begin to tell you the connections I have had, as a human being through associations. For example, I've met you from France. I've learned a lot from your culture. You have met me. You are learning from my culture. You see, it makes life social. We are social human beings, not only intellectual oriented. It makes you to learn from others. It makes you to discover who you are, your talents, and to be a better person.
Okay. Well, that sounds pretty good. Okay. And so do you have any last word for this interview?
Yes, I would like to thank you, first of all, Gauthier Berger, for this wonderful initiative,
Yes.
for volunteering with us. Thank you very much. I would like to invite all those who are listening to us to please come to that conference. It's going to be on the 5th of November.
Okay.
That's a Tuesday. The conference is going to take place at the International Centrum. That's the International Center. And it's going to take place in the Café. That's the large hall there.
Die Brücke.
Die Brücke. So die Brücke means bridge in English. So it's a building that connects students together. That's why it is a bridge. So people come there, take coffee, meet people from different countries. Gauthier does voluntary work there. So it's a wonderful place, the Brücke. Please come there on the 5th of November and join us in identifying, in manifesting, and in promoting the African culture. It's not only open to Africans, it's open to members of, it's open to members from all the nationalities who are interested in exchanging their culture with others, in getting to meet people, and in making the university a social and a loving place to be. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, George.
You're most welcome.
See you.